You ready? Welcome to OneMore. I am your host, Brian Erickson. Each week, we bring in two new guests. We sit them down on the couch, and we figure out why they do what they do. And this week is no exception. We have Experiment 34 and Matt Dubrow as our guests. But first, and as always, Dennis Dubrow. How are you? How was your weekend?
Oh, I had the best weekend.
Yeah? What'd you do?
We had a ball at the pickle.
Yeah, that's right. We were.
But Brian, I've been reminiscing tonight.
Oh, yeah?
How many of these shows have we done together? We go way back doing this.
The two of us together, we've probably done
the kitchen at the
about
firehouse.
25 to 30 of these, I think, together.
Back at the kitchen in the firehouse, Mom shooting the video.
What about a kitchen
Doob News, when we
kitchen
did
fire?
The Doob News. Remember the Doob News we did?
The Doob News?
We used to do Doob News. It was like, 90s news of the world. Before fake news, it was real news.
Oh, that's right. We had it on the on Grandma's old JVC camcorder, right? That's how we did it.
I think it was a Betamax.
Fair. Okay. I could roll with. Yeah. I mean, the Doob News. We can roll with that.
Actually, I spent the day at the Pickle today as well.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
with your band, The Burns?
No. That's not my band, The Burns, no.
No, but it is your band, The
Well,
Burns.
It is and it isn't.
At The Burns Music NJ.
There's a new stage setup.
Okay, as new stage setup.
At the
Did
Pickle,
it
yes.
get put together today?
Yes, it got done today. Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Did you spearhead the construction?
I was the consultant, and I ripped out the old stuff.
Okay, it was like old stuff with like bees nests and all that stuff,
when it
like
was the
squirrel,
Sugar
like a
Shack
dead
or whatever.
squirrel.
When it was the Sugar Shack, it was a disco booth, and
But we just need to know, like, did you find any hornets' nests or
no, we found a dime.
Dead.
We
What
found a dime.
a what?
A dime. We found a dime.
Like a coin, a dime?
A dime. Yes.
That's some.
It's true. We found a dime.
I've never cursed on the air, but guys, that's some shit.
Well, that's all we found was a dime.
Okay.
Speaking of some shit, we got our first guest.
You want to bring him out, or do you want to finish the story of this Chubby Pickle construction project?
I'm excited for the music scene at the Chubby Pickle though, because
I know they've installed like a new sound system and everything. Like, to get seriously, I know they want to sort of be considered a slight, a scene type of venue.
And Firehouse Studios has got a plan in place that they implemented today to make the stage bigger. With a bigger bottom out of the room. He's all about the sound, and it's gonna be pretty intense.
Is this was this directed by the owner and CEO of Firehouse Studios?
It was indeed
The house that you live in with your brother Matt?
Yes, it was indeed.
Okay.
And we should probably bring him on.
Well, I guess, yeah. Speaking of Firehouse Studios, he is a songwriter, an audio technician, chief engineer at Firehouse Studios, and he's got a brand new album. Let's bring out Matt Dubrow.
Lincoln, nice to meet you.
You should have gone with the applause track.
Oh, that's all right. We don't have one yet.
It would have sounded more full.
You want to install one for us?
I can do that. I'm an audio guy.
Yeah, I know. You could actually get us an
I'll
applause
actually
track.
record individual claps.
Like one at a time, and you'll comp them together?
I'll tell it like this, though. Actually, I won't do this because I was at ELO the other day.
Yeah.
I realized.
I really
the reason
regret
why
missing that. Like, I saw that
it was
so
really
many
good.
people went there.
You should regret missing it. It was a really good show. But I realized that the reason why I don't really go out to shows too much is because I really don't like clapping or the sound of clapping. And I didn't really realize that I didn't like it until there were like 10,000 people doing it around me.
Okay, is that kind of like when somebody, when someone has a hard time with people chewing? Is it like a same type of
I
sort
got
of?
over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
clapping
you're one of
thing
those-
is like when it's right here, it's like, you know what, man?
Yeah, but
you
I
don't
mean,
want to
they're-
tell me, you don't want to ruin anybody's time. But
Yeah,
it's-
but they're clapping along to don't bring me down.
they're not clapping along to it. They think they are, but they're not.
What's it, Mr. Blue Sky, Evil Woman,
That was good.
Living Thing?
That was good.
Come on, you can't give
They
me
played
the
Xanadu.
you can't give me the 4.
They played Traveling Wilburys.
Did they really?
Only
Did they
reason
do
why
Handle
I
with
was-
Care? Did
yes,
they do
I'll
Handle
tell
with
you,
Care?
The reason why I was super, super stoked to see that live is because that song fades out on the record. I don't know how they end it, and I was really curious to see how are they going to end it. How does he end the song? And they just do a bump, bump,
That seems easy enough.
quick.
So should we? I guess.
This is it. Is this the show? Is this how we do this?
Yeah, this is the show.
This is cool.
So I got to see. So yeah, we'll. I'm glad you had a good time at ELO. But I saw your full band for the first time just like 2 nights ago. I'd seen you
Wasn't
play
a full
solo. It wasn't.
My guitar player wasn't there. Joe.
Well, you did a
that's right, Joe
really
wasn't
good
there.
job filling in.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, like all the good. I wouldn't have known. I think the only other time I had a chance to see your band, I went out into my car and I think I fell asleep. So I'm sorry about that.
You fell asleep in your car?
Well, what happened
What
was
kind of car do you drive? That sounds really comfy.
no, it's
I
like
couldn't
it's
fall asleep in my car.
No, it's a Jetta. I can't really fall asleep in it, but
Yeah.
I kind of
You can
zonked
fit
out.
in a Jetta
Yeah, I can.
and sleep in it,
It's It's not a Beetle, Dennis.
but it's a Jetta.
It's not like.
You're for little people.
Yeah, but
You're not a little people.
I mean, I'm a normal sized person. I
You know what
think.
they say, right?
Nope.
In a
I
Jetta
don't,
Davida.
baby. All right, so
Stream my record on Spotify. I'd really appreciate it.
we've got. All right, so you got this record. This is the best, by the way. This is highlight episode, guys. All right, so
One for the real.
yeah. I do want to talk about your record. There's something kind of very sort of rollicking about the sound of your band and your new album. And, kind of before that, I'd seen you solo, but I wasn't really super familiar with your work as a songwriter. And has songwriting always been something that's kind of called to you?
It's always come really natural for me. I've never really had to labor for it. Like, you hear stories about people who say they take just a really long time to write songs, or they'll spend years perfecting, like, one thing. Like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
long did Leonard Cohen work on Hallelujah, right?
Like 6 years,
Like-
something like that?
Still working on it.
Yeah, right. It takes me about 13 minutes total
Okay.
to write, to get a song from conceptualized to, like, a demo sent out to the children of
The
my
rest
band.
of the band, yeah.
Yeah. The children of my band.
And I mean, kind of speaking of, the fact that it didn't really take you that long and stuff, thinking about like your lyrics, like you, as we've just kind of all witnessed, like you're kind of a generally funny guy. And how do you get humor into your songs while still managing to keep it about the song itself and not just like the joke?
Well, okay, the number one thing would just be to not look at it like a joke. Like, if you take it seriously enough, it'll be serious to me. You know what I mean? For a little bit, just to get it out. Like, I'll really care about it and really think about the words. And I'm not taking serious as like with emotional. Like, I'm not saying emotionally I'm invested in these words. I'm gonna be really serious about just making sure I'm carefully choosing the words. So when you read them, it'll translate as something that's just really honest, really grounded, and
like relatable.
there's humor in that. You'll find humor sometimes. Like, I'll give it up. On one of my songs, Joey Henderson actually wrote a line for me.
Okay, that's
And,
Asbury's favorite.
Yeah, and I was asking him to come over one night, and I said, "Come over, man." He's like, it was past midnight. He's like, "Damn, this pumpkin carriage."
Oh yeah, I love that line.
I do too.
He actually wrote that. He texted it to me, and that, like, when I saw that, I was like, that was triggered me, and I was like, this is something that I could work with. So a lot of times it'll be an idea, and I'll work with it. Like, for example, I'm working on a song right now, based off an ad I saw at the Globe Hotel in Red Bank's bar. Findafishingbuddy.com.
Wow.
I'm working on a song right now, the ballad of like Earl and Jeb, or like ballad of Earl and something, like two dudes who meet each other on that thing and they fall in love through fishing.
That's
I'm working on that song right now, but I'm taking it seriously. I'm not just gonna be make a bunch of like weird fishy jokes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it seriously and sit down, and hopefully it becomes a product that's relatable, that people listen to and they can find joy and entertainment in for
because
maybe 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Because, yeah, I mean, nobody deserves, a good buddy ribbing, like your fishing buddy, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, exactly.
Good buddy ribbon.
Yeah.
We're out here fishing.
Oh, maybe I just wrote a line. Yes.
Maybe you just wrote a line. You never know. When you're hanging out with me, you're trying to say...
anything you say can turn into a Matt Dubrow song.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can.
All right, so we talked about Firehouse Studios. How has the process of bringing other bands and working on other bands' records maybe influenced your work?
Oh, well, that's like the best. That's one of the greatest things about having a studio and having an environment where people come in and not so much look to you just like, hey, yeah, record my stuff, but a lot of people come to me and they want to collaborate. Mm-hmm. It's an open discussion. It's we're making a song, we're making a track together, and I'm investing my time and my energy and my focus on it. Like a producer. That's, I started off the whole thing with Jeff Lynne, ELO. He's a big-time producer. Produced a lot of tracks, and he's someone who I look to not so much to say, oh, his songs are great, they are, but also as a producer, the work and body of work he's done, people he's worked with
for 50 years now.
So I'm just starting, but I'm really lucky to be in an area where there's a lot of people to work with and collaborate with and get projects off the ground. And it's really good to work on other stuff and not always be like burdened with my own projects.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to do your own thing.
Yeah.
And you really want to do your own projects, but I really like working with other people. I love working with other musicians.
So, that like this is sort of your way of, kind of stepping out from behind like the board and stuff like that, sort of out front. Now, when you're working on your record, Matt Dubrow and the Captives, which came out just this past summer, how different is it to work on your own stuff knowing that you're sort of out front versus kind of captaining, other bands and helping them make their records?
Well, it's really easy for me because I have a really good band. I have a really good drummer. I have a really good bassist. I have a really good guitar player. I have a really good keyboard player. Mm-hmm. They're all more or less fully committed. Okay. They all play in other projects, but they're all really, really good, and they've just decided to go along with it. So when we all sit down and we're working on tracks, it's I'll slap together a demo, send it to the drummer. He'll record some drums at his place, send it back. We'll go back and forth with stuff. So then when we sit down to do the actual recording, it's a lot of fun. We have fun with it. It never feels like work.
How did you get this band together?
I was roommates with my drummer.
Oh yeah,
college,
that's the thing. It's
that's an immortal bond.
Find the drummer. I still play one of my close friends, the guy I play drums with. Known him since college. Same deal.
It's a good.
You find a good drummer, like you hang on to that person.
Yeah, you do. Max, I'm hanging on to you.
Is he okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He
better be.
Yeah, I mean,
checks in the mail, bud.
Sure. What sense of accomplishment do you feel like, after you finish, a record like that, or even a record like, like a Client's album? Like, didn't you, Mercury Brothers just recorded at Firehouse, didn't they?
Yeah. I've done an In Delirium single with Dan Appy, and I've also done a Mercury Brothers single. And actually, my keyboard player Gabe Sanderson produced their track "Wanna Dance" with them. Nice. I was just there. I was present in the room. I helped turn the console on and push a couple things around, but Gabe really did most of the handiwork on that. He was like working with them, and he kind of collabed with them, and it feels good. It feels really good to know that there's just a spot where people can go to and they can really get their creative thoughts down, and they're not, shelling out all the money they made from playing at the Chubby Pickle the other night. It's not really about that.
Is there any difference in that sort of sense you feel with a Client's record versus your own music?
With my own music, when it comes to recording, I want to just kind of get it done, slap it together and call it a day. I won't. Really...
Yeah, but I mean, like your record still sounds really good. Like it sounds, sonically it sounds good. Everything's pretty cleanly done.
Yeah, we did it pretty quick. And,
how long did it take?
I would say the whole process of tracking was about 2 months.
That's not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. And like ultimately it'll be 2 to 3 days with the whole guys together, and then a lot of it maybe I sit down with a guitar, do some stuff. Yeah. Bass player lays down some things. Maybe we get another bass player to play bass on some tracks.
Oh, did he play some bass on tracks?
If he can't get it lumpy enough. It's just the things you learn.
Yeah. You all right, Chris? Yeah. Oh boy, guys. All right.
All about that lumpiness. And some
In the bass tone, guys. In the tone of the bass.
In the part.
But I mean, the really hawk it forward. It's like when I'm working with clients, I get really into from microphone choice to how we're doing things. I think about all that kind of stuff. So when it comes to making my record, I tend to make those decisions way faster, and I just think about brevity. You know?
Because you at that point you've kind of experimented essentially on different clients and how different things sound.
Yeah, but it's not to say that something that worked for one client will work for another client. That's something that I like to really carry with me as a producer, that I want to always be trying different things, working in different genres. Like I write a lot of songs in the style of like country. Yeah. But I also try to infuse a lot of pop, and secretly right now I'm working on dismantling Post Malone as a recording artist.
Excellent. Take up the mantle.
I want to take
up the mantle.
I want to take Post Malone out.
His place.
I want to take Post Malone out because everyone says I look like him, and I feel like I can do that, and I'm calling him out right now.
Well, you just need a few more face tattoos.
I'm not going to do face tattoos because something. I want companies to look at me and say, "Hey, we can actually put that guy on our box of milk not box of milk.
A box of milk, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
With pictures?
One more.
Cheerios. Put me on a box of Cheerios.
Put him on a
You're
box.
not going to see Post Malone on a box of Cheerios?
Put him on the side of a milk
Face
carton.
tattoos. You kidding me?
Milk carton is scary. Cheerios is cheerful.
So
no, I was just thinking of
All right, I've
anything
got
you'd sell.
last question.
Sure.
For you.
Thank God.
You're telling me. So, a new client wants to come in. Give me some things that would potentially aggravate you, and give me your best advice to either a new client or somebody that's looking to start recording seriously.
It's all about the money. It's all about the money.
Three
Brian.
generations of Dubrow.
Three generations. It's all about the money.
Yeah, I mean, don't be stingy. You're asking me for my time.
Yeah.
People got to realize first and foremost that time is like a thing that we obviously man-made time, or everyone made time. It's a convention that we all work around, and it's valuable to some people. It's probably more valuable to the owner of the time.
No, I would agree.
So it's just like always keep going with that in mind, that this is and I'm more than happy to give my time away to people, as long as they're given
something back to you.
Historically,
give you that.
Historically, in the industry of music, the producer is the quarterback of the Super Bowl winner. I mean, and that's kind of one of the ingredients missing. The great Phil Ramones and all.
Jeff
They're not doing it anymore.
If someone's working with me, I'm in it for the long haul. A lot of the things I ask people is how are you releasing this? How do you want to get this thing out there? You're what kind of files do you need to get it out? What do you want to do? Or do you know how distribution works?
Yeah.
All that stuff. So
these are things I think a lot of bands, newer bands at least, kind of tend to overlook a little bit.
Yeah, and it's I'm all about a collaborative process. So I wouldn't say anything gets me oh, why are they doing this? I mean, I'm practicing patience in my life, and hopefully I'll get that gift back if I give it out, and just going in with the open mind that you're asking someone for their time, and I'm going to give you everything I can to try to get a product out. Ultimately,
make it worth your time.
Make it worth your time too. Yeah.
Matt, what are you finding new people wanting to come in doing live sessions or tracked sessions?
Yeah, the reason why I own a 56-channel analog console is because I record stuff live a lot, and a lot of people want to record live. And you should be able to record a whole band live with a lot of channels and boom boom.
Well, you heard it first.
That's
Matt Dubrow.
That's what's happening.
A lot of boom boom.
A lot of boom
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get to this first ad read, right?
Yeah. You got it. I told you.
Got it?
Into the microphone, Dennis.
OneMore is sponsored by You Don't Know Jersey, founded in 2010 by Allison Ed Maziak. You Don't Know Jersey has been covering all the best music, food, sports, art, cultural events, and craziness across the Garden State for more than a decade. Hey, Brian.
Yes, Dennis?
Do you want to know when the annual Trenton Area's Lions Club Adult Toy, Pork Roll, Egg, and Cheese Festival is? Where do you go for that? You Don't Know Jersey. Christopher,
Yeah, what's up, Dad?
Hunterdon County's twice quarterly cow tip-off.
What about it?
You were there, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, because you are a rustic, chiseled outdoorsman,
Clearly.
but you don't smell of fresh sawdust.
Almost.
So whether you're in High Point, Cape May, or anywhere in between, check out youdon'tknowjersey.com for what's happening in the great state of Jersey.
You don't know Jersey, but we sure do.
That's not their slogan.
Let's bring out Experiment 34. Hey, Matt, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, how are you? All right.
Comfy.
Hey, Bob, what's up?
How are you,
It's all right. We got NJ Stage's Bob Macon back there.
Dad today.
What's that? I know it's just a day of dads. So
It's all around.
yeah. So I'm happy to have you both here. Thank you. This has been a long time coming. Like we've had this on the calendar for a couple months.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
Forward to it for a good while.
Yeah. Same. So I mean, let's start from the like. How did this all get started? You know, who met who? Like, whose basement had the PA set up?
So
Well-
we were on a dating website. I mean,
No, it was
Okay.
dating.
I've heard people meet their bandmates that way from time to time.
oh, I was talking about lovers. But
Oh, okay.
We
So
are
that,
still
that
lovers.
happened first, and then
we were like, oh,
you discovered a
we could be a
mutual
band.
appreciation and love for music.
yeah, well, we were on we were online. It turned out we had been living close to each other for a long time.
Yeah,
we were
like
up close to each other.
Oh, yeah?
We met. He was looking for a band. I was looking for a band.
Okay.
Kind of just fell into place.
That's great. Like that's like like Kurt Cobain, Chris Novoselic, like two kids from the neighborhood kind of.
Right.
When like how how long ago was this? 'Cause I know your first EP came out 2 years ago, but like how long has this sort of been?
Well,
It's been about 4 years.
Oh wow.
almost. Yeah. We started out as the Strangers.
We actually played like our first show 4 years ago around this time.
Right around
Okay.
August.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Court Tavern. New
That's a
Brunswick.
good.
And then a week later
that's a
at
good
the
first
State.
show.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
It was absolutely a good time. That was when we were the Strangers with a period at the end.
Yeah.
I thought that would make it.
Any like lowercase or anything like that?
No.
Or just
Well,
Yeah.
lowercase e,
Well,
H and E.
Well,
and
I mean, like the
TR.
okay.
And
So there were a
ERS.
few lowercase letters. So how long did it take? So if this all started 4 years ago, how long did it take for you to realize that maybe you had something that was worth sharing with other people?
Even before that.
4 years.
Right. Right when we started. Okay. No, but we when the
Well,
day
because
we
sometimes
met-
like people shuffle through
No,
early members,
absolutely.
people change a lot of things around early on. Like, was it something sort of laborious like that, or did it fall into place?
Vocabulary, that was a nice word. Laborious. Cool.
Did it?
But
Did it
no,
take some
was,
work?
We the day we met, we wrote 2 songs.
Yeah.
So we kind of like hit the ground running, kind of. And the week after we met, we were at
We had a
open
show.
mics. So
So you were sort of
we were
eager
kinda
to
like,
get going.
Boom. Let's make music. Let's share music. Let's do it.
So you were called the Strangers. Where the name change come from? Because it's kind of a sinister sounding name.
Yeah.
got-
But where'd it come from?
We were
Well, we were strangers and we
threatened
met.
to get sued.
Oh yeah, that too.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, we were strange. Right.
Yeah,
That's the. What
That's how we
should
came
have
up with it.
said. That's what I Oh no, we were strangers, but then we weren't any longer.
Yeah.
So, no, but we actually threatened to get sued by who?
Merle Haggard.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Stranger.
That's
Not
at
Merle
least like so.
Haggard.
Merle
He didn't
Haggard
contact us
almost.
himself.
That'd be great. Merle Haggard called your
No,
house
he-
Not what I
directly, talked to you, and then you were like, Matt, it's
Hey.
for you.
He
No,
sent receipts
someone,
It was a-
someone in Merle Haggard and the Strangers. Of
course.
Someone else
Yeah,
was like,
they
hey,
were the Strangers.
Better watch out, cause like can't do that.
You
They're
should
like,
check
oh.
the copyright.
So where'd
Yeah, you
experiment?
should check your copyright on that.
So where'd Experiment 34 come from? Where that? What
the
did
first
that come
33 experiments didn't work out.
out? Okay.
It's no joke.
Is that like the first? Is this like Spinal Tap? Like you went through all those drummers, it just didn't.
We actually have had a lot of drummers.
Yeah,
Have you
that's
really?
Kind of been funny. You said that.
Well, I mean, you guys have seemed to kind of settle on Jack now, right? Like he's.
Word.
Ooh.
Anyway,
All right. Whoa.
Things are a little different now.
What's that?
Things are a little
have
different
changed,
now.
but that's
Okay.
Yeah.
We are in the middle of recording an album with Ryan Weil at Weil House.
Oh
Studios.
yeah, I love Ryan. He did
man,
Fun
he's
While You
great.
Wait, like, and
Yeah.
a bunch of others.
Backyard
Absolutely. We've
Superheroes.
actually been
That's
playing
right,
with
yeah.
Keith a lot lately too.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to Keith. He's been picking up stuff.
Yeah.
Picking up stuff.
Yeah, I know.
fast.
He picked up a gig with Ronette too. Ronette
Yeah.
Smith.
That's
yeah,
right.
he was talking about that.
Okay, so you're working on a record with him. Is that where the this new single comes from? Cut the String.
Cut the String. Yeah, you could check that out on YouTube, Spotify,
iTunes.
wherever you
The
listen
whole-
to music. You can hear that.
So this is going to be part of sort of like a bigger.
Oh yeah, full length.
Okay.
We're so close.
Very close.
That's
so
such a good
close.
feeling, right? To be like
We're
to
so
just be
close.
right there.
It's like one more song.
We thought it would be done a little while back, but it's right there.
It always takes like twice as long as you may think it does.
Yeah, we're like a year longer. But
Oh no, believe me, I get that. I'm like I'm almost 3 years in,
oh,
but
wow, fair.
no, I'm with you on that. But
gotta get it right.
so
you know? we
I-
can't have the brevity of Matt Dubrow.
no, not we can all we're not all given that gift.
Yeah.
I do want to kind of backtrack a little bit. I want to ask you about the Charismatic project because originally, there was supposed to be kind of an album before this where you took 3 EPs and released them over the course of however long and supposed to sort of make a full-length record out of that.
Yeah.
You made 2. And can I ask what happened with the third one?
Things in the state of the nation have changed, so as has our direction.
Okay.
This is a little bit more oriented towards kind of getting how we feel about things that are going on in this day and age. Charismatic was more personal and crazy and
young.
rock and roll and young. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good word. And this is a little bit more. This is a little bit more in the now.
Okay, so you kind of felt the need to just be like, sort of, even if it was even if to the public it might have seemed a bit premature, you were comfortable just kind of ending that and moving forward.
Yeah, we kept the angst, moved on with the direction.
How important is it for you to establish a sound and an aesthetic, but always kind of keep your audience wondering like what you'll do next? Because this, like, to give it some context, I feel like the new single definitely is not an exact change of direction, but like there's kind of a subtle change, to your point of wanting to sort of change things up a little bit. So just to kind of
Yeah, I think keep people on their toes. You really can't expect the you should expect the unexpected, because the whole thing of Experiment 34, which we've been saying since like day one, is we really want to genre bend. We really want to keep things fresh. We really want I don't want to be I wouldn't want us to be just funk, just hip hop, just this, just that. I want to be able to touch on a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, you tend to, there's like a real, there's kind of a bit of your sound is a bit of an anachronism right now, because that's not, like I hear I'll look on your guys' website, you'd say like, yeah, funk rock and rap and metal and everything, everything you just kind of listed off too is like, how do you take that sound, or what kind of challenges do you face taking a sound like that and moving it forward and trying to kind of put yourselves in front of the scene?
It's not like the old sound is lost and forgotten. I would consider it more like built upon, like a little bit more complicated, a little bit more.
It's more mature.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I think part of like a lot of my favorite bands. You hear the growth in in what they do, and they may have started out like even like pop punk, and now they're kind of like bluesy. Like you really hear like something. I like when you know an artist through their art, and that's something I really think that we're hitting home with this new album.
Okay. And you've been, I would say over the last couple of years too, you guys have become sort of known as a kind of well-oiled live act.
Yeah.
How much of that gets, because there's a lot of, it's not a coordinated type of movement, but like there's a lot of, you sort of stepping out front and, sort of making your like frontman moves and stuff. Like how much of that gets coordinated, during a practice, and how much of that is just kind of
natural.
feeling the moment? Yeah.
I'd say it's like 50-50. Like there's certain cues that we do that kind of, give whoever the drummer is or whoever the bassist is the idea of where we're going or like what part of the song it is.
Okay.
And then like the other 50% of the time it's just like we're feeling it on stage and then we just do what we feel.
You just make your move. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, like practice is, I've known a lot of people that are in bands before I was even in a band, and they're always like, I take it easy at practice, I give it all go at my live performance. I can't do that. I don't know how to
keep it 100 the whole time.
Exactly. I don't know how to do even 90%.
You'll find a way when you get a little older. Trust me. You'll get a little more tired, and you'll find a way to conserve the energy.
Fair enough. I
and
just
still
like
exert it at a live show. Trust me.
Fair enough. But yeah, I just if it's
but do
there,
it while you got
in,
it. Yeah. Exactly. So I guess I'm gonna just ask you the sort of big final question here. What's the goal here, fellas?
World domination.
That's fair.
No, just kidding.
And completely doable.
No.
Yeah, keep getting more ears.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
keep growing, keep building.
I'd like to do this.
Keep writing.
Just I like what we do. I like how we write. I like how we play. It's fun and it's easy too. So I don't know. I feel like I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, keep making it worth it. When it's not fun, but it's still fun. So keep riding the ride. I don't know. Is there a set goal? I mean, the goal is to be happy doing what you love. So
great, excellent. Matt, Kevin, I'll shake your hand when we get up. Don't worry.
All right.
Experiment 34, guys. Thank you so much. I can't wait. You're gonna play a couple songs for us in a bit.
For sure, man.
So.
Thank you.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey, Brian. Well, yeah, I'm not in this episode, so you gotta do this into the microphone.
I'm not quite as tall.
You can maneuver. I trust me.
Am I good enough?
Yeah, you do it. You got it.
This week's episode of OneMore is brought to you by the Asbury Park Music Foundation. APMF raises money to support youth music programs throughout Asbury Park that provide lasting skills, self-confidence, and life-changing experiences for underserved kids in our community. They need help. This includes funding for the Hip Hop Institute at the Boys and Girls Club of Monmouth, in-school music programs at Hope Academy, and scholarships for kids to attend the Lake House Music Academy. Shout out to John. APMF also hosts free summer concert series to bring communities together through the power of music. Music Mondays at Springwood Park brings the past and present together to showcase what Asbury has to offer. The Asbury Concert Band now is in its 73rd year. 73 years of shows on the boardwalk, playing jazz and big band music. And Asbury Park Live on Wednesdays in front of Mogo and Watermark, which spotlights emerging bands from all over New Jersey. There's thousands of them. Listen to the music. If you're interested in keeping Asbury Park's legacy of music alive by making a meaningful difference for the underserved youth in our community, head to asburymusiclives.org. asburymusiclives.org to make a donation. And while there, pick up a Music Saved Asbury Park t-shirt. Indeed it did. All proceeds make it possible to support Music Saved My Life youth programs. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Lincoln Mamemkin Dubrovitz.
I was dealing down in Patio Town in Clarksdale, finning to be the baddest outlaw I could be. I wasn't bred to be the best of the best, but hot damn, I could cook some meth, and I'm dreaming of a place in Tennessee. Life ain't easy, crime don't pay. I never found a way around a steady job. They busted my lab up in Tucson. I had to run from there for my life. I could have crossed the border to California. I should have run straight home to my wife. Life ain't easy, crime don't pay. I never found a way around a steady job. They're gonna lock me up. They're gonna lock me up. They're gonna lock me up and throw away the key. And I can't give up. I just can't grow up. Ask me if I've got any regrets. I always stuck out too much in a crowd. I never wanted to be alive to tell my story. Who's my boy gonna look up to now? Life ain't easy, crime don't pay. I never found a way around a steady job. One more, right? There's two. All right. In honor of one more, I'm gonna do one more rock and roll song. We get older and fatter throughout the years. We traded our haircuts for finely trimmed beards. We meet in the basement, but we don't play too loud. We try to pretend like we were ever allowed to write one more rock and roll song. 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 The lucky motherfuckers, hell, they stayed right on course, while us other motherfuckers wound up broke and divorced. But all us motherfuckers will be dead in the end. So how's about we try this one more time again and write one more rock and roll song. One more rock and roll song. Oh, one more rock and roll song. One more rock and roll song. If I can't hear my amplifier, I'll wire it to my brain. If my gig van breaks down, I'll haul it with chain. I'll prove these motherfuckers wrong. I'll prove these motherfuckers wrong. I'll prove these motherfuckers wrong. And write one more. Peace.
Matt Dubrow, ladies and gentlemen. If you're wondering where I was cursed by a witch, and I almost regret killing her son, the operative word, of course, being almost. This week in events! Monday, August 27th, Ruby Deer, the Anderson Council, and the Brixton Riot are Happy Mondays at the Wonder Bar. That's starting at 8 p.m. It's happening right now. Drive over, but leave the stream on. Look at your phone while driving. Matt Smith supports it. Tuesday, August 28th, the Parlor Gallery on Cookman Avenue in Asbury Park will be hosting a legal fund benefit for Cloyd Adalrin. Brian did it. Edge Rollin. Cloyd has been a legal U.S. resident for 30 years, holding a green card since 1988. He's been taken into custody and held at detention center by Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This benefit, which suggests a $20 donation, will be raising funds for Cloyd's ongoing legal fee. They'll feature music by Pamela Flores, the one the only, Sammy K, with special DJ set by OneMore. That's so cool. The Parlor Gallery at 6 p.m. Go there. We all know how we feel about that kind of stuff. Bird Cloud, the craziest band you'll ever see in your lifetime. Old Lady, Country Girls, and the Dicks, and Nice Sniper at the Same at 7:30 p.m. Seriously, go to that. Bird Cloud is like drop your jaw. They're so cool. Boots. Love you, Boots. Brian P. and Eric Perrin at the Downtown at 8 p.m. Wednesday, August 29th. Happy birthday, Joe P. from Deal Casino. My God, did you hear their new album? It's so good. Asbury Park Music Foundation presents Bobby Mahoney and the Seventh Son and Levin the Oaks. First Avenue Green Space in the Asbury Park Boardwalk in front of Watermark at 7 p.m. Mackenzie Brown, Mac, now Bottled Blonde, Meg Cannon, Joe Marie at the Asbury Hotel at 8 p.m. Caroline Romanelli, I love you, Caroline. The coolest woman in New Brunswick, I support that. Host open mic and freestyle jam at Scarlet Pub at 8 p.m. Deidre Forrest, Jack, and Alex Gallagher. Deirdre, you're right. Deirdre, make your name easier. I'll get it right.
So when she was here, Deirdre.
Listen, Deirdre, I love you, dear. I'm not going to get it right. What else was going on? Oh, Jack, pronounced Jack, and Alex Galagastro, the Downtown at 8 p.m. That's in Red Bank. Love the Downtown. Thursday, August 30th. Happy birthday to Biff from OneMore and Nicolina from the production. Oh, Nicolina, you're the best. Haven't seen you in a minute. End of the Summer Splash with the Vaughns, Avery and the Mandevils, Bobby Mahoney and the Seventh Son, and goddamn Levin the Oaks at the House of Independence at 7 p.m. I didn't know you could have a crush on an entire lineup, and then I found out about that lineup. Join Genevieve, Dave Vargo, and Kim Boyko at Clancy's Tavern for the second installment of Spilling the Tea at 8:30 p.m. A View with a Room presents Habits, Good and Bad, featuring the visual art of Abby Resco, Northern Soul Kitchen and Bar in Hoboken at 7 p.m. And Young Puzzles at the Asbury Park Yacht Club at 9 p.m. where you do not need a yacht and you do not need to be in the club. Friday, August 31st. Happy birthday, Tyson Steele. Tyson Sleet of Sourland, my old buddy Tyson.
Dude, he's gonna be on this show in a couple.
I can't wait. I haven't seen him in a minute. Right here at the damn Asbury Park Music Foundation. Join us for a rock and roll dance party featuring Leeds, Levy Oakland, who's having a particularly busy week, Jeff Lynn and the Black Spot Society, I used to play in that band, Dean, and Renee Maskin of Low Light. Only $5 to get in, 6 p.m. Long Neck, hey, Chris has one of those. Fern Mayo, Flea Bite, and Rest Assured at the Asbury Park Brewery at 7 p.m. Seriously, Long Neck is such a good band. Listen to their album, it will break your heart. The Cold Seas, Keys, Drew the Recluse, Lex Rex, and Ella Roster at the Saint at 7:30 p.m. Slayboard Day weekend kicks off. Brian Rothenbeck and the Avenging Party and Steve Burks at the Harp and Bar at 8 p.m. And Spider Lily, Sourland and the Swiss Guard are John and Peters at 9:30 p.m. I love the Swiss Guard. This is a busy week. Saturday, September 1st, Nash with More So and Primal Thesis are at the Debonair Music Hall at 6 p.m. Roadside Graves album release show also featuring Low Light and Coach and Commando at the Asbury Park Yacht Club at 9 p.m. Blaze has his album release show at the Saint. Oh my God, go there. Ragged Lines is going to be there. What more do you need? My band, The Birds, is playing at Newark Airport at 10 a.m. If you're going through Newark Airport at 10 a.m., I'm so sorry. Sunday, September 2nd, Free Remember Jones is at the Beer Garden. Do I need to say more? Secret Sound plays Bowie at the Wonder Bar. And close out your weekend with Tilla Stardust and Secret Sound celebrating, I already did it, at the Life of Music of David Bowie at the Wonder Bar at 8 p.m. And now, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, Experiment 34!
Mouthful. Down goes the mic. Song's called Well You Know. This revolution will be televised. Your discretion is advised. A strong word to the weak. Avert your eyes. The young mothers grow. Weep into the daughters' cries. As young fathers start to steal the pigs. Don't see who tries. I'm forced to feel the demise. Lies in search of better men. I'm severing the brethren of heaven. And the president, a resident of evil. Now I'm dining in hell. A party to the people that's all hide in a cell. I cry for those that pray to a spirit that fell. A reason for the demons to go and rebel. Do tell me first what's worse. Hurtful verse to a mercy or a curse. Toast to search whose animosity lurks. We die more and more each day. Why do the shooters stop there? Oh, no one left to say. Die more and more each day. Why do the shooters stop there? Oh, I'm falling faster and faster. Won't make a sound till there's no one left to save. This revolution will be televised, so dry down tears. What has the system instilled besides a level of fear? You can blame a black, blame a white, and stone a queer, but you can't lay the facts. Try to fight and lead your peers. Well, I'm here to call out every single ignorant hypocrite. Speak if you're fluent, or write it down if you're literate. Words commit up to give your service is legitimate and never let it go. If you love it just a little bit, be rigorous against the big timers. Superfluous, be calm if it gets you bliss. Strong if it gets you pissed. Feel the fist, it beat you back. You feel this, feel that. Keep a level head intact, the best aristocrats. It could be your last day, better make it count. What's the point of pain if the love is not around? I'm just a bad dog. I'm off to rule the pound. You're the king of your world. You could borrow my crown. We die more and more each day. Why do the children stop their play? I'm falling faster and faster, but won't make a sound until there's no one left to say. We die more and more each day. Why do the children stop their play? I'm falling faster and faster, won't make a sound till there's no one left to say. Yeah. Do you want it? Thank you. Hey. So that one was written at Montclair State University. I know the Dubrows are familiar. Shout out. Yeah. Wasted a whole bunch of money there. All right. This one's called Cut the String. Brand new single. Check it out. got another white boy thinking he's Jesus. Shooting up a school, he's taking out the we pleases. The teachers are running, screaming, call the police. But the camera show up first and spread the disease. The youngest mama likes to drink, he sits in front of the screen. Squirming brain is always a pain, and so he does what he sees. 6 years later, brainwashed and gunning. The ratings go up, now they benefit from it. Snapping in your face, I'm gonna break the chain. The masters wave their hands, singing dance monkey dance. Snapping in your face, I'm gonna break the chain. The masters wave their hands, singing dance monkey dance. Dance monkey. Alright. Here we go. An alley rat sees an alley cat, takes advantage of speedy bit in his butt. The rats are savage, are ravaging her body till she cried and she bled. Then he beat her over the head until he beat her to death. 2 kids a block away, have no mother now. No one asks how they feel living in the wrong town. Mama never did come back from the market, no thoughts for the family. If nobody profits, snapping in your face, I'm gonna break the chain. The masters wave their hands, sing a dance monkey dance. Slapping in your face, I'm gonna break the chain. The masters wave their hands, singing dance monkey dance. Dance. Hey, hey. Dance like you're attached to a string. Dance like you're attached to a string. Dance like you're attached to a string. I said dance like you're attached to a string. I said dance like you're attached to a string. Dance, well, slapping in your face, I'm gonna break the chains. The masters wave their hands, singing dance monkey dance. Slapping in your face, I'm gonna break the chains. The masters wave their hands, singing dance monkey dance. Dance like you're attached to a string. I said dance like you're attached to a string. I said dance like you're attached to a string. Dance like you're attached to a string. Dance like you're attached to a string. I said dance like you're attached to a string. Dance like you're attached to a string. Dance. Cut the string. Thank you.
Experiment 34. Great job, great job. All right. Matt, we all shaking hands here?
High five.
Good job, good job.
Great job, everyone. Come on, take a seat.
Yeah, we'll take our usual seat. So for Matt Dubrow, Dennis Dubrow, Chris Dubrow, Matt and Kevin, Experiment 34. Bob, you want to come out for Bob too? We're gonna bring Bob maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be Bob Macon if it was out a little self promo.
Oh, there you go. Experiment 34 are playing September 8th at Rock, New Brunswick, because it's going to feature a whole bunch of great bands in Boyd Park. Come out.
Boyd Park. All right. Well, this has been One More. I have been, and I remain
Brian Erickson.
See you guys next week. Good night.